For the first one, just taking the rectangle tool, and you can either draw one of these. Here it is with a pretty large stroke for it, so I'll take the stroke palette, put this down to 1, and I'm just going to use some of the shape tools, just duplicate it, place it over the top. So now there's two rectangles, one on top of each other, so you can see that. Just show you the red. Make this one yellow, just so you can see it. This one, just give it a stroke of black. Okay, so with both of them selected, just taking the Shape Builder tool, and you can just hold the option to delete that. Just hit the two pieces to make them shapes like so. So with this one, just make this one black, and this one I can just fill it with white. So it's just trying to match up. You could try to do just the shapes themselves, make it as easy as you can. And then just taking a look at the lettering here, looking at this stroke, just using the pen tool and trying to build that up. So I'm just going to go down the center part of it as best I can, tripping down to here. Take off the fill just by clicking that. And just kind of looking at this outer section. Come down here, curving it across, looking at the midpoints here, here. Still use the space bar. I can move some of the lettering out of the way. Let's see if I can bend that in. So it's just trying to find the midpoint of it, of that section. So it's kind of doing this particular piece. More like that piece right there. Okay. So if it needs to be adjusted, I can take the direct selection tool and just move pieces over. Grab these two handles if they need to be changed around. Move this one in a little bit. That one across. So it's just trying to find the midpoint of it. And I can increase the thickness of the path a little bit till it gets to this thickness up here. And then use the width tool to stretch out some of these parts here. Might make it the easier way to do it. Maybe. Stretching that across, come out to here. Stretch this across a little bit. Take the direct selection tool if you need to adjust any of these points. Move it down a little bit. I'm trying to get enough shape in there that I can use the tools to trim it with. So here's this part. So it's trying to make that overall look of that shape there. Okay? And when I have that path, just go to Object Path and outline it. So now the shape is created into the outer edge of it. Here's the direct selection tool again, letter A. Just going to move that up. And I can switch this so I can see it and just kind of adjust these points. And you can adjust the handles if you like the point there. So it's kind of giving me a little bit of that selection to it, to where I was able to then take this section and bring it up to this level. So here it is outlined with some of the interior pieces brought in, set off to the side. Okay. So taking a look at this one, you can see I can fill it in. I can kind of create some of the extra pieces. I can just offset this with a copy. See if I can't create some of those extra shapes, doubling it up, or keep it solid, and then try to go in with some of these extra pieces to build that up, and kind of building it from that section. If I take a look at the letter M, I can do the same idea, just kind of go in the midpoint, because the midpoint, using a path with the stroke, will give you a symmetrical piece. I'm just going to go a little bit outside the edge. I could try to clip off the corners at the top that if I wanted to, or just keep it straight and work with it. So just go to Object, Path, outline the stroke, switch it so you can see what you've outlined. And I could take a pen tool, just create this shape like so. Give this a color so you can see the difference of it. So with these two pieces selected, take the Shape Builder tool and just clip them off like that. And now I have pretty much this shape, and if it needs to be adjusted again, just use the Direct Selection tool. Okay, I'll set this up to here, and you can see it has a little bit of a highlight there. So I'm just going to duplicate a piece across from here. See that section. I could actually just draw it in there, but there's a possibility of using the Shape Builder tool again. That'll give you that particular section. Connect this one. These two are connected. Make those as two shapes right there. Okay, so you can clean that up, but here's a piece right here. So just make this a shape, this a shape, and a shape. So now you have these items, just give it a color. Taking a look at the Direct Selection tool, take a look at this. Not sure, it's kind of hidden in here, so I can zoom in and take the pen tool and just take that shape out. Come over here and take that one out so it's a little cleaner on that edge. Just select these together, group it, just place that right there. That'll give you that initial part to begin with. Here's just the Shape Builder to build this up so it's one solid piece there. And these parts that are inside, you can just use the pen tool. Click here, make that shape. If this is going to be clipped off, just kind of build it like that. This one, just stretch it out. Come right around here. Options, set that one in there. Just hide that for a second. Select all these, give it a light color. So you can kind of see the shapes that they are. So you can select them, keep it all highlighted there. Shape Builder, make that a shape, that part, take that out with the Option key. There you have it. Now these are all separate pieces, so you can Shift key these three highlighted areas, give them a blue, take that out, fill that, make that black. Just go Object Show All, put this behind it. That'll give you that particular selection there. Let's see.